to Diamond Niners Weekly, Conference Tournament Edition. This is Nick, joined as always by Kevin.
Hey, what's up, Niner Nation?
Producer Brad, making it all go.
Hey.
And back by popular demand, it's been too freaking long, Associate Head Coach of the Niners, Toby freaking Bicknell.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me back on the show. I'm excited to be here.
What's going on, Coach?
Man, we just had a travel day, guys. We had a good weekend down in New Orleans and got on a jet this morning and flew back to Clearwater. So back on East Coast time, and got in this evening, and we had a team meal. And so the guys, I think they got to explore the beach a little bit this evening, and probably go and get some ice cream from Kilwins, which is right across the street from the hotel here in Clearwater Beach. And we got lights out and room check here in about an hour. So yeah, that's about it. Kind of an uneventful day.
Now, we're just going to hit you with a tough question right out of the gate here, Toby. And the listeners know that sometimes on this show, sometimes we start rumors on this show. Sometimes we put rumors to bed on this show. Sometimes we put rumors to bed that we actually started.
Okay.
It's time to put one to bed, okay? We heard that today at the airport in New Orleans that basically you were bored waiting on your flight. So to kill some time, you actually waved home some more runs. Is that true?
If I could, I would. The offense did a really good job this weekend. So, that's always fun when your right shoulder, is getting a little bit of work waving home guys. So, yeah, it was good.
Do you have to ice it up? You think you'll be ready to go on short rest?
I think I'll be all right. Yeah, I think I'm good. I'll battle through it. There's worse jobs in the world.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the week that you guys just had, okay? I mean, the story of this season so far has been, okay, pitching, defense, elite. Can we get the offense we need at the time we need it to make it all work out and get the W? This week was absolutely insane as far as just the sheer number of runs that were scored, starting with that 29 spot on Tuesday against UNC Asheville. Is that the most runs you've ever been a part of in a week during your coaching career? Because if it's not, I would love to hear about the week that topped the week.
I mean, I'd have to probably go back and dig on some of those Air Force teams and maybe that 2009 Davidson team that I coached to think about, have ever been a part of scoring that many runs? Yeah, I don't know. I know this, like, we've got, we've been really fortunate. We've got really good players here. And we've got really good coaches. And Phil Siebehar, our hitting coach, has done a heck of a job. And, Coach Woodard obviously is, he's the captain of the ship. And so, like, we're always working with guys. We're always making adjustments. And, I think mostly just really proud of the way the guys, like, have stepped up and responded. And they've put the work in. And they're the ones in the box battling. And they're the ones that are communicating with each other about, what this pitcher's like and what they're seeing. And yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. It's always this – Coach Woodard says it all the time, but this is, like, the most fun time of the year because – exams are over, school is done, and now we're playing baseball. And that's literally all we're doing. And so, our job and what we want and what he's told the guys is like, hey, like, we just want to keep playing together as long as we can. Whatever it takes, let's just keep playing together as long as we can. Don't let the season end. And so, I think our guys have really bought into that. I think they've really, because we've challenged them too. And you're right, we do really pitch well, and we have played really good defense, and there's a lot of things that go to it, but there's definitely a lot of other facets to the game, and the hitters have just, man, those guys have been battling all year, and I think it's just great to see them start to score more runs, right? And start to, gosh, we hit some homers this week too. It's, it's fun. It's fun to see guys have success, and, they've been the ones putting the work in.
Yeah. I'm gonna take you back a little bit further, Coach. Since we last had our show, we played the UAB series. So during that series, we had 2 walk-offs. We had senior day, all kinds of stuff going on at the Hayes. Last weekend at the Hayes, talk a little about that series, battling through, getting the 2 walk-offs in a row, and then clinching the sweep on Sunday.
Man, you really put me on the spot. That feels like it was like a month ago.
I know it's been a crazy time.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, you're gonna have to help remind me of this because I've got one of those short-term memories too. So Connor hit the walk-off
on Friday.
He hit the walk-off on Friday. Man, that was awesome. Like that was so awesome. You just like, you know, it's as a coach when you're recruiting guys and when you're coaching guys, like you just love to see them have success. And, you know, you want them to have success, and those moments are special. You think about some of the walk-offs we've had this year, and, you know, baseball can be cruel sometimes. Sometimes you get walked off on. And just to, you know, to be playing at the Hayes, because, I mean, you guys know how special our place is, and you know how special our stadium is. And, you know, Niner Magic, the Hayes will bring us home, and, you know, to see it happen, to see Connor come up big in that spot, like that was just awesome. And then Saturday, who hit it Saturday?
Marinac had her ball down the line that hit the bag.
That's right. Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, I have not seen that. Oh, that's right, because then Dawson hit the walk-off, right?
Right.
Dawson hit the walk-off.
That's right, because Poe came around and scored. I have not seen a ball hit a bag the way that one did. I mean, it was. Have you guys watched the replay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, he was about to just catch it. It was ball game, right? And the ball hits the bag, and it goes over it. Because what I'm doing right there is I'm like working down the line, and I'm obviously see that it's not hit great, right? It's not smoke past him, and it's chopper, and I'm just working down the line, and I'm just waiting to see what happens. I don't think it's going to hit the bag. It hits the bag. It bounces over him, but it goes directly over him. A lot of times if a ball hits the bag like that and the dude's right there, it's going to hit him. So we wouldn't score a run, but we wouldn't make an out, right? And as soon as I saw it bounce over him, like directly over top of him, I mean, it's the darndest thing. I was like, let's go, Thad. I think it was Thad, yeah. Thad even actually was making fun of me because he was telling the team, he's like, you guys should have seen Coach Pick's face when he was rounding third, and he saw my eyes pop when the ball hit the bag and go over him. He was like, you know, he's like, Coach, your eyes got really big, and you just started waving. So, yeah, that, you know, that's a good moment. And baseball's, you know, if you're around this game long enough, you'll see some crazy stuff in baseball. Like a ball hitting the bag.
Yeah, and bouncing over somebody. And then
yeah.
There was 2 outs. There was 2 outs too at that time, and
there were. Yeah.
We were dead in the water.
It's like my dad always my dad or my mom is just like, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yep.
You know.
That's
the
true.
harder you work, the harder you play, the harder you compete, the luckier you're going to get. And hopefully we've still got some luck left, and we just keep playing hard and playing for each other. I know that's like, it's that time of year, right? I mean, the guys are, you know, we've been, 24-8 our last 32 games, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. We were just talking about that before.
Something like that. We're 24-8 our last 32 games, and it's like, hey, like we're at 35 wins right now, and you know, you win 3 or 4 games in this tournament. You know, you win 2 or 3 games in this tournament. I mean, you're sitting at 38 wins. Like, you know, RPI, strength of schedule. There's a lot of things that come into play with that. So,
after Connor hit the walk off on Friday, his dad, Chris, came over and said and told me that day was the 8-year anniversary of the passing of Connor's grandfather. And they were really close, and they shared a kind of a bond over baseball, and that like Chris was thinking, like, as he went to the plate, like, you know, he's got to do it. He's got to do it right here. He's got to do it right here. And then of course we know what happened. on the anniversary of that day of all days. And he told me that story, a little misty eyed. And you know what I said to him, Coach? You'd be proud of this one. I said, how can you not be romantic about baseball?
I love that.
That's a solid movie pull, isn't it?
Yeah, Moneyball. Like, let's go. His mom, when I was walking up top after that game, I saw them all standing there, and I said hello to the Marinac family, and his mom told me the same thing, and I was like, that's special. Yeah, that's special. Yeah. And how can you not be romantic about baseball?
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. That like you said, the more you watch, the more stuff you're going to see every time you think you see it all.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, who knows what we're going to see this week, right? Like, it's just every day you come to the yard and it's like, all right, let's go. So, but yeah, the UAB series was great. I think our guys, I think they just showed a lot of resilience, and we've shown resilience all season, whether it's losing a tough game and bouncing back and winning the next one, or whether it's, I think about being at South Florida and, the job that those guys have done down there. And, we got walked off on 2 nights in a row, right? Friday and Saturday. And then, we come back and we win on Sunday, and like the resilience of winning on Sunday, not getting swept on the road, when you had a chance to win, the first 2 games. I think that showed a lot of resilience. Same thing at Rice. Like, Rice has done a really good job. South Florida's done a really good job. But like, you lose Friday and Saturday, and the next thing you know, it's like, hey, like Sunday, like these guys, I think our guys, and I think Coach Woodard has done a really good job of just teaching these guys to have a short-term memory and showing up every day like it's opening day. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Like, let's go win today. Let's play good baseball and let's get after it. So,
one thing that kind of gets overlooked, sweeping anybody is hard. Sweeping anybody in conference play is even harder. But UAB, they were playing for their season. Those losses basically ended their season and secured them a bottom 2 finish in the league to miss the conference tournament. So they're not joining us in Clearwater. It's really hard to take somebody out when they're fighting. They're fighting for their season. So that just added that extra little degree of difficulty to what the Niners did.
Yeah, they came back. That's a tough team. That's a tough team. And, those guys the Hayslip kid, like he had some big knocks, the left-handed kid, they did a good job. And
center a couple times too.
Oh yeah. Well, Tulane and Tulane this weekend, they've got a freshman hitter that, the kid's pretty good. Like it's really good. The bat to ball, the power. It's the Lax kid, the leadoff guy.
Yeah.
They've got, Tulane's good. We play in a really good league. And so every time we tee it up against anybody, like, it's just like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And you're going to have to play your best baseball to even have a chance to win. So.
Absolutely. We're kind of jumping. We're talking about we're going, rather than going chronologically, Kevin, we're being thematic here. How about that? If you're around long enough, you'll see a little bit of everything. To that point, Game 3 yesterday, Tulane, Spencer hits a ball down the third base line. I believe it was yesterday that just stopped.
Oh yeah.
You had like the pitcher, the catcher, and the third baseman, the home plate umpire, all standing there over the ball. It looked like a golf tournament. Like they were waiting on
in there too.
Well, you came running in at the last second in the replay, and everybody standing there looking at it. It looked like a PGA Tour tournament where they're waiting on a rules official to show up and see if the player gets relief. Oh yeah, you get 2 club links or something.
Yeah, I usually need both club links every time I hit a ball. So to be fair, but yeah, no, that was pretty incredible. Hey, sometimes you just sometimes the ball bounces your way. It bounced our way on that one too. So
How much you were standing over it, Toby?
No, it's as close. It was as close as you could get to being a non-fair baseball.
Was it like one white blade of turf touching the ball?
It was definitely touching the white line, but it was like, and it's the baseball's round, like,
Yeah.
It was as close as you could be to being fouled, but it was definitely touching the white line. And that's kind of what I don't hopefully they didn't have a ton of microphones around me, but like that was one of the things that I was like saying when I was getting in there. I was like, that's a fair ball. And the home plate guy made the right call. And, I think the catcher, the third baseman, and the pitcher all realized the ball was fair too. So.
Yeah. So of all the things you're not expecting to see, you've got one umpire, one coach, and three players all standing over a ball that's not moving, just all staring at it.
It would have been great if the ball had a camera looking up from it to see all of our faces. That would have been really good. You know what I mean? Probably three disappointed players, one umpire that's like, I got the call, and me like, it's fair. So, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good photo. I haven't actually gone back and watched yesterday's game. I need to, though. I was kind of planning on doing that after I got off of here.
Just have the remote ready, Toby, because it takes a while.
I got you.
Yeah. There was a point during yesterday's game that like I was kind of like thinking like it's got to be about the sixth inning, and I looked, it was the third.
Yeah. No, I think everybody felt that. I do. I think everybody felt it. I mean, it'd be tough not to feel it, right? Like, just the length of the game, the traffic on the bases, everything. Like, and hey, like some games are like that. It's like, if you're playing football, sometimes you're going to win 10-7. That's not going to happen a lot, but sometimes you got to win 10-7. Other times, you might have to win 36-32. It is what it is.
Can we get within? We were within a run of run ruling on like twice.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault. I feel like, but hey, there were a couple times I think, I was like, man, maybe we could have done that. Anytime we don't score enough runs, I'm always like, man, maybe I could have done this. You're just second. It's your Monday morning quarterback, armchair quarterback in yourself, and just thinking about situations. But I love the way our guys battled.
It's like, geez, Toby. That's what we're always
I know.
Like, geez, Toby.
I told you that when we were walking down. What was that, 2 weeks ago? I told you when I was walking down the steps when you were like, hey, do you think we could have one of those like relaxing games where we're just like up by a bunch and, it's not really that eventful? What was that, Saturday morning? Then we did the same thing again.
After Friday's walk off, I asked you for something nice and boring.
Yeah. And I
got another walk off.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, it was still, what was Sunday? What was the score on Sunday against UAB?
10-7.
Okay. Yeah. Still, and then Tuesday, we got you one of those kind of,
Well, you're down at the beginning of that.
We're down 5-0, right? 5-1?
Yes.
5-1.
Was that in the third?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Coach Winter told the team this too, but like when we went down 5-1, like probably one of the best examples of anybody on our team leading this entire season was Noah Furch in the dugout in the third inning. And when the guys came off the field and like he was passionate about what he was saying. He just said like, enough's enough. Like we need to start playing better right now. Like every single guy in here. And, it was pretty awesome, cause the best teams are player led and, for Noah to come in the dugout, like, and say what he said. And then all of a sudden it's like, I don't even know if Noah was done breathing his last word. And then Poppy goes, yeah, yo, big fly, first pitch of that inning.
Yeah.
Who told Juan Rivera that he's a home run hitter?
Yeah.
For the record, I actually thought that he hit his second home run in that inning. That inning for our grand
almost did. My dad thought he hit it out. My dad thought he hit it out.
Gone.
Yeah.
I swear I saw that ball I guess I start to see what I want to see, you know? I swear I saw that ball go over the wall, but it wound up back in play. So obviously it didn't go over the wall. But I was like, oh my gosh, that's gone. It's a grand slam.
You know what's funny is so Poe did the same thing this weekend. Poe hit a homer and a double in the same inning.
Yep.
Yesterday. And when Poe came in the dugout, I think it was like the next half, I was like, dude, great job. I was like, I mean, you lay down a safety squeeze your second at bat or first at bat, second at bat, lays down a safety squeeze, first and third scenario, we get a run in his second at bat. And then you hit a double and a homer in the same inning the next time up. And I looked at Juan. Juan was standing right there. I go, have you ever done that before? He goes, yeah, man, I did it Tuesday. And I was like, I know, man, let's go. So it was kind of cool.
If anybody watching that has a consulted a box score from that UNC Asheville game, all these runs we're talking about, Niners scored 29, 27 of them in 2 innings. There was an 11-run inning and a 16-run inning. And in that 16-run inning, we actually batted around twice, I think is
that one was, that was one of the longer offensive innings I've been a part of ever.
Kevin, you're better remember this stuff than I am. Who were we playing? There was a game in the A10 days, Kevin, that we started off. Not only we batted around, every person that came to the plate not only got a board but scored before an out was recorded.
Yeah, it was
9-0 in the bottom of the first. No outs.
It was one of the FU schools, FAU or FIU. I can't remember which one, but it was one of those.
Oh, so you're saying it was Conference USA days, not A10.
No, it was Conference USA, yeah.
Okay.
But, that was that and the Asheville game were probably the craziest offensive outliers that I've ever seen at the Hayes.
Is there such a thing? I know what you're going to say, Toby. Kevin, is there such a thing as like it gets to be too much? I mean, I don't mean not realistically, but like when our crowd is cheering for them to get when they got off the field. I guess it was a Bronx cheer, but it was like, oh my God, we're cheering for them because they got off the field. It's like, after a while, you start to feel bad for them, right?
I don't know.
No one feels bad for them. Just me. Okay.
If I didn't have a rooting interest, then I might feel bad for them. But I have a rooting interest for the.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what. I tell you exactly what I said about that. Is as it was going on, and it was just just piling on. I was talking to Eric Miller in the stands, and I said, Eric, I really kind of feel bad for these guys, but over the years in Niner athletics in general, not addressing baseball specifically, but Niner athletics in general, I've been on the receiving end of these, and no one felt bad for us. So, it's like,
Woody says it all the time. He's like, nobody's going to feel sorry for us.
Yeah, nobody was, but that's just me. I started to feel a little bad for them, but hey, they were excited when it was 5-1.
Yeah, I mean, they were up 5-1. I mean, their freshman left-handed hitting outfielder hit a ball halfway up the light pole in right center field. He
did.
Yeah. So, hey, that's baseball, right?
Right.
That is baseball.
You were talking when Noah Furch came in during that game. Maybe that was a turning point. But I wasn't sure what to expect this weekend in Tulane. And seemed like the UAB series, we were fighting to claw for every single run. They came aplenty at UNC Asheville, the tail end of that UNC Asheville game, and then it carried over into the Tulane series. What can you say that you think maybe changed in the lineup or something clicked, or maybe it was just Noah Furch's coming off the field, firing guys up?
I mean, it's probably a little bit of all those things, and it's hitting is baseball's. Baseball's one of those sports, like it's a grind, it's a physical grind, it's a mental grind, and you're always dealing with failure because it's baseball, and that's a big part of it. And so I think I think our guys, on Sunday at Rice, I think our guys, like they kind of knew, like they knew with Cody going down that like guys were going to have to step up. And, I think, not that we really ever talked about that with them. We didn't, but it's just like, hey, it's like next man up. It's like Spencer Nolan, let's go. It's like Juan Rivera, let's go. It's Caleb Estes, right? And, you just think about the impact that those three guys have had as far as, like they haven't necessarily played every day, but they're everyday guys. And, they're coming in, they're doing their job, they're stepping up, they're playing good defense. And, having quality at bats, they're going to help our team win. And so, like, there's aspects of that. And obviously, we've got really good players that are here. I'm just saying, like, it's a team effort. And certainly, like, with the way we've pitched all year, like, we know, like, you can look at the numbers and you can say, well, they don't have to score that many runs, right? And that's, that's obviously why Coach Woodward, when he got the job here, wanted to make sure we were built on pitching and defense. Like, that was going to be a huge priority for how we approach recruiting, practice, player development, and how we want to play. And hitting's important too. And we've had really good hitters here. We've had really good offensive teams. And, I think this team is just enjoying writing the script right now. Because, every team's going to mold and bend and, they're going to gel together differently every single year. And, they're still writing their story. And it's just it's a fun group to be a part of. So.
Let's talk about the pitching a little bit. When you think about teams in like whether it's college basketball or college baseball, whatever, pick your sport, teams that get hot at the end of the season often do so sort of behind like a senior that's been around and maybe has been a solid contributor, but all of a sudden they just go into another gear. They find something else. All season long, we know what we're getting when Blake Gillespie takes the mound. We know what's getting ready to happen. But Chase Carson has found another gear. He's been very effective all season long. But what he's doing right now, the last few weeks, he is just, it's been fairly dominant, Toby. Talk about his emergence because he's on a heater right now.
Yeah, well, Chase has been, Chase has started games for us, in the 2 years that he's been here. He started games for us. He's come out of the pen, and right now, I think every guy, and our guys work hard, and Coach Hansen and Coach Woodward have done a great job, with our guys and the physical development that Coach McKibben puts in with those guys. But, Chase shows up every day, and he works extremely hard. He's got high character. He's a great kid, comes from a great family. And, there's just times where all of a sudden things start to click, right? And, obviously he's pitched for us for 2 years. And this stretch he's on right now is just, it's exciting. It's really fun to see him go out there. Everybody, to start the season, everybody was kind of giving him a hard time about his walk-up song, including myself, which is fine. I give the guys hard times about their walk-up songs all the time. But, it's fun. When Chase is going out there, he's going to give you your best. And we've had some really good performances out of the pen from a lot of dudes. But, what he's done the last, month of the season has been pretty special.
Yeah, it's kind of so. This weekend was kind of weird. You had a lot of pitch counts, guys on pitch counts, and Blake comes out there and throws 50-something pitches, get him out and get him ready for the tournament, and then Chase comes in and throws 90-some pitches, shutout ball to start off the series on the right foot. Can't ask for more than that, right? No. Pitching and defense is what we're going to win off of. I've got a stat here for you guys. Okay. All right.
In our last 10 games, Chase Carson has a 1.56 ERA. He is 3-0 with 7 appearances and a save. That's in the last 10 games.
That's crazy.
Just to provide some context, if it's pretty special what he's doing. So, but yeah, we've got a really good pitching staff. I think it's just part of like everything that we do is built around pitchers, and it's built around those guys having success and their development. And so yeah, I mean, it's a great place to be an arm. It's a great place to come to develop. It's a great place to come to get better, and it's a great. Obviously, you guys know the schedule and the people that we play in the American Conference, and the non-conference opponents in our region. Yeah, like if you want to find out how good you are, Charlotte's a place where you can do that.
Coach, remind me, what is Chase's intro song? Because I'm drawing a blank on it.
It's Turn Yo Click Up Dog. I don't know if that's the actual name of it, but that's the
lyrics. Those are lyrics in the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on. I've never actually pulled up this song, but let me see what I can do.
Careful, Brad. Get the beat button going. Ready.
Yeah, Brad. How many seconds does he have to play it before the algorithms attack us?
It's got to be the clean version. Oh yeah, I don't want to. Can you guys hear that?
Oh yeah. I hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we should be
guys love it.
Producer Brad, we should be fine with that, shouldn't we? Before we get
no copyright infringements.
Yeah, before we get, I don't think we cost anybody any major money with that, but yeah, I do remember that. That okay. I don't get that one. All right, as far as like the music, I don't get a lot of the. One of the real regrets I have is that I haven't gotten next to Blake Martin yet to ask him how in the world he got around to having George Michael.
Careless Whisper.
Whispers. Yeah, I have not gotten to ask him that. I don't know where that came from.
It's a good question. I think it was a song that his mom and dad liked. I don't know. I'd have to ask him again. But yeah, intriguing.
But I'm going to say this, and no offense, because this is the third pitcher we used in Game 1 of Tulane. Blake Gillespie, Chase Carson. For 3 pitches, there was Adam Stanton. No one's intro song will ever be as bad as Adam Stanton's last year.
What was his last year?
Kevin, was it a Kanye song?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was really, really slow, and it was almost sampled from the Beatles. Michelle, My Belle. It was bad. It was. Yeah. It was.
You guys should hear when these guys play their walk-up songs the week before the season during inter-squads. You should hear the things not the things that I say, but I just give them all a hard time. I'm like, yo, this song is terrible. And then the guys are like, no, this song's awesome. I'm like, no, this is terrible. And then, so what me and Blake Gillespie did this year during the preseason when we were playing with guys' walk-up songs, making a game like, is I started to hear some good walk-up songs. I was like, dude, that's an easy top 5 walk-up song on the team. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing you know, like, Blake Gillespie it was over one weekend. Blake's like, Coach, like, you've got 10 top 5 songs. You can't have, that's not how that works. You can't have 10 top 5 songs. Like, you're going to have to like really like lock in and give these in a pecking order and keep it at 5, because the guys, we need to know like what your favorite ones are. So.
Yeah.
What did you use? Did you?
Oh yeah. Mine's easy. You're going to love mine. Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger.
There you
go. From Rocky. Yeah. Easy. When it, I just, even if that song comes on right now, I'm like, I get mentally locked in.
There you go.
Ready to hit a single because I didn't hit a lot of doubles.
Real quick, we're going to put you on the spot. What's your favorite current?
Oh, player now?
Current now, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. No, it's definitely. I mean, I'd have to go with Chase Carson's just because of the whole context of the story of like, kind of how like everybody was like giving him a hard time about it when he picked it like early, like at the beginning, before we even started the season, and then it's like, everybody's saying it. It's kind of catchy, and now obviously, Chase has had a really good season for us, and he's had a good year, and it's like, yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
Yeah. Producer Brad is saying "Master of Puppets."
Which one's that?
Is that your pick, Producer Brad? Yeah. Okay. That I'm about to say something. I'm about to say the wrong thing. Is that Metallica?
Yes, Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica. Okay.
I don't know music that great. I don't master of puppets.
Yeah, that's a Woody conversation with the music.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know music that well to know what song titles are.
Mine would be, not that you care, but I think if I were a position player and I were batting, I would go with the intro to When the Levee Breaks, Led Zeppelin. That'd be solid walk-up music. If I were coming in from the bullpen, particularly if I was a closer, which I don't know if anybody, Tony Rossi's was pretty much perfect. The Purge, yeah. But I would go Living Color, Cult of Personality.
Cult of Personality.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a great intro song for a reliever?
I think it all depends on how well you pitch. If you're really good on the mound, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Well,
Kev, what about you? What are you going with?
Well, I'll talk. Tony Rossi had. I saw him in the minor leagues. He has Johnny Cash now as his walk-in music, and
That's good.
he faced Jake Cunningham the other day and got him to pop out. So
that's right. Yeah, I saw you guys tweeted that out. That's got to be it. I hope.
What's he using, Kevin? God's gonna cut you down.
Yes. Yeah.
God's gonna cut you down. Yeah, let's go.
Nothing will top at the Hayes. Shannon Cunningham, Jake's mom, hating on Jake using Magic Stick.
Oh yeah, his mom didn't like it.
Oh, she hated it.
She hated it.
She hated
I'm
it.
glad he finally changed it, didn't he?
He also used Biggie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well,
did he hypnotize Kevin?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah. But Shannon didn't like Magic Stick. I told her it was a song about a baseball bat.
Yeah. I always like Dragons.
Yeah.
Recipe, Saucy.
Oh, yeah.
I always like that one. You know what I mean? Firm had a good one. He had DMX Rain. Dave had Cody Johnson's song. I think it was Cody Johnson. Yeah. It's a good one. It's funny because sometimes coach will play like everybody's walk-up song from years past too. Just like, hey, these are all the guys' walk-up songs that have played here before. And it's pretty cool because you're hearing. I mean, if you hear Saucy, come on, there's only one person that you're going to think of.
Oh, we still talk about that all the time.
Yeah, there's only one.
Yeah.
Like you hear Guitar Hero, you're thinking about Colby Bruce.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So my son he took first he had The Rain by DMX, Nate Furman's song, as his walk-up.
Yeah.
And then he switched over to The Recipe.
Yeah.
and now he has Cody Gunderson's the interactive one where you clap.
Oh yeah, no, Cody's got a good one. Yeah, that one's good. So yeah, I like Poe's too. I think Poe's got a Morgan Wallen song. Just because I like the song, right? Like, so I think if I came out today, if I was in today's game, my walk-up song would probably be Baby Bash Cyclone.
Baby Bash Cyclone.
It's Cyclone by Baby Bash.
Okay.
You've heard it, I promise.
I'll have to look it up. Hey, you know what? I'll have to make a playlist of all these, Toby. Producer Brad and I are going to be.
There you go.
Yeah. We're only going to be in the car about 9 or 10 hours tomorrow. We'll have to look these up and play them.
How many? Hey, what are you? What's your go-to energy drink for the road? What are you doing?
Energy drink?
Yeah, or caffeine?
Coffee
whatever.
black. Coffee black.
Coffee black. That's like from Tropic Thunder. Not Tropic Thunder. That's what's the Jackie Moon movie? The basketball movie.
Oh,
Semi-Pro. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
There's a player called Coffee Black.
Producer Brad says Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I'm just black coffee, man.
Okay.
That's
you and Coach Woodard. Just coffee.
Yeah. Very very Jack Webb, Joe Friday, just facts, man.
Okay, just the facts.
Just the facts. So go ahead, Kevin. I was about to ask us if we wanted to talk about the baseball we're going to play this week.
Well, I was going to talk about. We got some. We talked about the offense. We talked about the pitching. We got some awards this week. But last we got another honorable mention for AAC Pitcher of the Week, and Dawson Bryce, back-to-back Hitter of the Week or Player of the Week award for him. When you were talking about our offense clicking lately, you mentioned several different names, which is awesome because several guys are candidates for that every week, it seems like, the past 2 weeks. Talk a little bit about Dawson Bryce the past 2 weeks, winning back-to-back Hitters of the Week.
Yeah, Dawson's a pretty special athlete. I mean, the things that he can do on a baseball field, like he's got so many tools. And, most of all, he's just a hard worker. He's a really humble guy. And the dude shows up every day and just works his tail off. And he's one of the best people you're going to meet. Obviously, we love him. We love coaching him. And he has. It's kind of crazy. I actually said something to Coach Woodard, I think, after Saturday's game. I think it was like Dawson's the kind of player that's like, he's such a good player that like you could be like, I wonder if Dawson actually had a good game today. And you look down at the box score and he's 2 for 5. You know what I mean? Like, but here's some numbers for you. Okay. In the last 10 games, Dawson Bryce is hitting .489. He has 23 hits in the last 10 games, 8 doubles, 4 homers, 17 RBI, 2 walks, only 5 punch outs, and he's 1 for 1 in stolen bases.
That's unfair.
Yeah.
That's a video game.
Yeah, I mean the homer, like you guys saw the homer that he hit to right field. I think it was yesterday. Sorry, all my days are running together right now. We've been on the road. But I mean, I asked Phil because Phil's on the first base side. He's in the dugout. I'm coaching third. I'm like, dude, it looked like he made contact with that ball like behind him. The homer he hit to right field. And Phil's like, no, he didn't, but he just really let the ball travel pretty well there. I mean, he's got a lot of what some older North Carolina high school coaches would call buggy whip.
He has a buggy whip, right?
He's got some buggy whip, but yeah, he's a special player. So I think he's got a really bright future. We're really proud of him. And hey, like not to be undone, like the kid's a good hitter, but did you guys see the play that he made? Where he's in the 6th hole, and the left-handed hitter hits it off the end of the bat, capper, squibber, and he's on a full dead sprint going toward their dugout, picks it up, throws it over. Caleb Estes with a really nice stretch too, obviously, but like that was one of the more incredible defensive plays I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I think we take a little bit our defense for granted a little bit. You don't see those plays every day. I mean, these guys are making spectacular plays. And they're making the routine plays look easy. So, hats off to those guys. I think we take that for granted a little bit sometimes as fans. Not everybody's like that.
Yeah, it's a fun group. It's a fun group.
I refer to Dawson as the Jack Dragum of third base.
That's a pretty good comp.
Well, I mean, Jack did stuff every game that you just didn't even see it after a while, and he didn't even look like he didn't even look like he was trying. Jack,
he could come off like that. I could, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But it was
Jack
now.
was the other side of the pillow, and he would just make some play and just like walk off, like whatever.
Yeah, low heartbeat, dragon,
Yeah.
low heartbeat. Game rarely got too fast for him, if ever. Yeah,
And Dawson's
We were just-
got that same kind of vibe.
yeah, he does. He's like both those guys are really good players. I mean, our defense has been great this year, and the guys, like it starts from day one. It starts with Coach Woodard, but it's the guys, they work on it. I mean, their attention to detail when they're playing catch every single day. They're just showing up excited to play and excited to work. And, I think if you look at the middle of the field and you look at the guys that have played for us this year, obviously, like you got Logan Poteet behind the plate, right? I mean, that's like talking about a guy that's catching every single day. He's coming off the field. He's hitting twice in an inning. It's like 120 degrees on the turf in New Orleans. And, that dude is just he threw 2 guys out yesterday, tied or set the record for most guys caught stealing in Charlotte baseball history.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you just work up the field and you go to Connor Marinac. Sorry. I've been saying his name wrong since I started recruiting. He never corrected me. So, but it is Marinac. So,
Right.
You look at Connor and what he's done, just like making the routine plays look routine. Obviously, he's made some really good plays too, but and then you add Chandler Riley in there up the middle, and obviously Spencer Nolan in center, and the guys have, they've played really well. I mean, I'm really proud of what Caleb Estes has done at first base too. Stepping in and really playing a very good first base for us. He's had some great picks. And he's just playing next to Chan. Chan's great because Chan's got that presence about him where Chan's seen a lot of baseball guys. This is his 5th year playing college baseball. And so, I think Chan's been a real calming presence. You add in Logan Poteet, one of the best defensive catcher I've ever coached. And then you got, Carson Bain covers a lot of ground in the outfield. And Reed Hare. I mean, dude, have you guys seen the plays that Reed Hare makes when he comes in the 9th?
Yeah.
It's like every time he goes in the game, there's a possible double that he takes away.
Yep.
Or homer.
Yeah. So, no. And Noah's played great right field for us. I mean, Noah's made some big plays. Gosh, I think Noah's robbed 2 homers in the first inning of games.
At Memphis, for sure, I remember.
At Memphis was one. There was another one. I don't know if it was at home or where it was, but yeah, I mean, it's like first inning of the game, and Noah's going back and robbing another homer. It's like, holy cow, man. But yeah, I mean, I think our staff, Coach Woodard, he just does such a good job of instilling confidence in these guys, right? And because baseball is tough, and it's going to be a game of failure, and it's gonna beat you up, and it's just like, hey, man, you just got to keep coming back to the yard with a full heart every day. Friday Night Lights, clear eyes, full heart, can't lose.
There you go.
You mentioned the job that Caleb Estes is doing at first. He looks like a great teammate. Just an observation. Looks like he's really having a lot of fun out there and keeps guys fired up. And when Dawson's making some of those plays or Connor's making some of those plays, he's as fired up as anybody.
Yeah, Caleb's a great dude. Yeah, it is. And our guys, they're all going to have different personalities. Mm-hmm. Right. But yeah, Caleb is a great teammate. He pulls super hard for his teammates. He wants us to win. He wants to be a part of it. And, I think the thing that Caleb's done such a great job of is he's worked while he's waited, because he has played. I mean, gosh, he played left field at Arkansas, right? He's come into games and played short, third. I think, it hasn't started a game of short at third, but he's come in at first. Played a little left, and the kid's he's done everything we've asked. He's moved positions, changed positions. He just wants to be on the field. He wants to give us everything he's got. And he's also had some big hits for us too. I mean, he had two 2-out RBIs early in the game yesterday. A big home run.
Yeah, started the scoring right with the homer. Was that
started the scoring with the homer in 2 games, right?
Yeah.
Was it Friday? Was it game 1 that he hit the homer?
Yes.
Against Tulane? I think it was game 1.
Yeah.
And that was our first run. It was his first at bat.
Right.
Asheville, I mean, the ball he hit against Asheville, that ball was crushed.
Yeah.
I don't even think I realized how far it went.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, it's a fly ball homer. Got it. You know.
You mentioned his position changes. He came in as a shortstop, right?
Yeah. Caleb was a shortstop. He was starting shortstop at Gaston last year. They won 50 games. You know, he was a Maryland transfer, and yeah, he's done a heck of a job. So, yeah, it's like, you know, my first college coach, Paul O'Neill at UNC Pembroke, he's still there. He's like, Tobe, just keep recruiting shortstops. Get as many as you can. They can play anywhere. And, you know, that's nothing new, but Caleb's a really good player.
Toby, I'm going to mess this up if I try to ask you which game or try to say which game this was. But Poe hit the fly ball homer to left. I would love to see not the one that went in the pool.
Okay.
But he had a fly ball that looked like they showed it on replay. The launch angle looked like it was like 47 degrees.
Yeah. No, I didn't think it was going out. And the wind at Tulane. So the wind at Tulane is opposite of the wind of the Hayes. The wind at Tulane blows from the left field foul pole to the right field foul pole. Like at the Hayes, it goes right field foul pole, usually the left field foul pole. And he got it. He got it up in the air, and I was like, that's not going to go. And then I'm watching the left fielder, and I'm like, he's going to catch it at the wall. And then the left fielder, like, turns, and I'm like, that's a home run. Let's go.
I'm telling you, I would love to see the TrackMan data on that thing because the angle, I mean, it just went up.
It did.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The launch angle must have been.
So my dad used to videotape my high school football games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have a strong arm. But when I was playing quarterback, I could throw the fade, the 3-step drop, land, fade, like to my receiver running down the sideline. And Poe's homer looked like one of my touchdown passes, one of my fade passes, because I would throw the ball and it would go over the camera view, and then it would come down into the camera view. And that's what Poe's homer was like.
Dropping it in the bucket.
Now, I mean, the dude, you know, he didn't get cheated on the next one, you know.
No.
Yeah, he didn't get cheated on the next one.
No, he hit that into the pool at a $1.4 million house, apparently.
Yeah, so that street is Audubon. That's Audubon Street Road. I don't know, you know, but right there it's called Audubon. And I've actually driven on that road and seen those houses. I mean, it's like Queens Road vibe houses in Charlotte.
With a baseball stadium in the backyard.
With a baseball stadium right there. So
try to build a ballpark on Queens Road and let me know how that goes.
Yeah, I think that's why Queens University plays at the Tuck. You know, on Tuck. I think that's what I heard. Yeah, the only baseball yard you're ever going to get off Queens Road is going to be the one at Myers Park High School, or Freedom Park. You know, which is right around the corner. So, but yeah.
I know you probably got room check soon, Coach. Let's talk tournament a little bit here.
Yeah.
Niners end up with 2 seed. It's a great season, great reward for a great regular season. Matching up against 7 seed Wichita State in our bracket, and then ECU and South Florida are in our side of the bracket. Talk a little bit about that side of the bracket and how we match up well.
Yeah. Well, you are putting me on the spot here. Okay. Hang on one second. No, you're good. I mean, we're opening up for Wichita State. Obviously, we played, you know, that was a really tough series. We played them at home. You know, I think, you know, I would imagine we're going to see their number one, you know, and we're going to throw ours. And so obviously you're looking at, you know, the pitching is going to be really good. And that's kind of how it goes. And, you know, beating a Friday night guy or a game one starter, you know, the other team's best guy, that's always going to be tough. But, you know, we're looking forward to the challenge. Obviously, Wichita State, you know, they had a really good weekend this past weekend. So, you know, they earned the right to be here. And then we got East Carolina and South Florida. And obviously, we know plenty about East Carolina. I think we've played them every year but one since I've been here. Sometimes multiple times. So Coach Godwin's always going to have those guys ready for postseason play and tournament play, and they've had really good runs down here. So, and then obviously, with the new staff at South Florida and the success that they've had, we've got our, we're going to have to play our A game. We're going to have to bring our best, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And really confident in our guys and what they've been doing all year. So, we're excited to be here and can't wait to get started.
And for anybody that's not doing this, this brings us to sort of a related topic. All these games will be on ESPN Plus. I think the championship Sunday is probably on regular ESPN. Kevin, it's like on ESPN2, I think, something like that.
ESPN News.
ESPN News.
Producer Brad says ESPN U.
Oh,
News.
no. News. Okay, it's news. ESPN News. So that'd be Sunday. But do yourself a favor. If you're not already doing this, mute your TV and get on your phone or whatever you got to do and follow the link in the tweet that the baseball account puts out, and go listen to Joe Templin's call to these games.
It's great.
Because you can listen to, when we go on the road, you can listen to their announcers mispronounce all our guys' names and talk about on I know he said they were talking about this on game one on Thursday. They were talking about head coach Scott Woodard. I've never
told me that. He told me they called him Scott Woodard.
Yeah, I've never met Scott, but I hear he's a nice guy.
Tough. That's tough.
And hey, it's not like we expect road or the home broadcasters everywhere we go to know everything about our team. But that's the point, though. Joe does know. And
Joe knows.
Joe knows, and if you listen to him, he's going to bring you the information that you want about the game.
Yeah. And he's so passionate too. I mean, like Joe travels with us. He's on the road with us. Like, he goes to dinner with us. Like, it's just, Joe's awesome. And I get a kick out of any highlights that have Joe Templin included in them, because it usually means we're doing something really well on the field. Right. But just the passion that he brings, the enthusiasm, and just, hearing his quips, like CLTU later, and, that's a $1.4 million
carousel.
That's another quarter in the carousel.
You were slinging quarters out there.
I guess. What's the other one? The $1.4 million. If you can get this ball for $1.4 million. So, here's the other one from this weekend. You're going to need that ball's going to need a hard hat, because he just hit it in the construction zone.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little bit of Crash Davis. You know what I mean? Like, anything that travels that far, I'd have a stewardess on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to quote Bull Durham. So
people that are watching this, especially 59 minutes in, they already know this. But in case you're wondering, if you're not doing this, pro tip: mute your TV and listen to Joe. I
think he tries to do it like a 15-minute pregame show during the conference tournament. So I don't know if he's going to be doing that this year, but tune in 15 minutes early just to hear. Usually has Woody and for a quick interview pregame, but
that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't interview me. I'm not. Yeah.
What have we been doing?
We've been doing.
Well, I'm in on the field. I'm in game.
Oh.
He's going to handle that way better. Yeah. Woods. He's the man. Like, he'll do a great job with it.
All right.
So you guys are leaving tomorrow morning.
We are leaving tomorrow morning, right? 9 a.m.
Okay.
It's me, producer Brad, and Maddie. Maddie from the Gold Mine. We're going.
Maddie Sherrill? No, Maddie, you're not.
No, not Maddie Sherrill. Maddie Sherrill wouldn't be. Maddie Sherrill would not spend 9 hours in a car with us.
Yeah.
She's got more sense than that. No, my daughter, Maddie, is going. And
okay.
So we'll see you in Clearwater tomorrow around dinner.
I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we can get some ice cream at Killen's.
I love ice cream.
Yeah, Killen's Tracks. I had that tonight. Me and Coach Steve, we went. So,
Ice cream helmet.
special. It's one day late, but happy birthday to Coach McKibben. His birthday was yesterday, and happy birthday to Trey Baker. His birthday was yesterday too. So,
awesome.
Yeah,
Stuff you won't find in the box score, right, Nick?
The stuff you won't find in the box score. Coach McKibben, Trey Baker, happy birthday.
yeah.
All right.
Is that it?
You boys are on the practice field tomorrow?
Practice at 1 o'clock. Yeah, I think one. Yeah, we got 1 o'clock tea time for practice. I think we get like an hour and a half. It'll be good. Rock and roll. Get some work in. Guys are looking forward to banging on the field because, it's a good park to hit in. So it'll be good.
All right. Well, if you're traveling to Clearwater, if you're flying, this podcast will basically fill your flight.
Yes,
if you're driving like we are, you can listen to it about 9 or 10 times.
Listen to the whole season. Just start from scratch.
That's what I would do. Because then you could go through. Yeah, you could go through it all, right? Like
All the ups and
connect the dots.
All the ups and downs, right?
All the ups and downs. Yeah.
Well, this is like episode 15, 16, 17.
Yeah,
So
it should be.
you can
because it's
drive back.
we just finished week 14 of the season. So
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good idea. But all right, that's all the time we've got. We got to get Coach Bick to bed. He needs his beauty rest. It's tough being Coach Bick. So we're gonna get him off to bed. Appreciate you making time for us tonight, Coach. If you are out there checking this out, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Whether or not you're on YouTube, Spotify, what have you, Diamond Niner Report all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We appreciate you all joining us tonight. Hopefully we'll see as many of you in Clearwater as possible. So for Kevin, for producer Brad, for Coach Bick, this has been Nick saying we'll see you in Clearwater.
we'll see you there.
Go Niners.